I'll be discussing about the introduction to creation of HMI, which is using Wonderware InTouch. In this lesson, we will be creating applications by opening the Wonderware InTouch application, as well as creating some basic interfaces, such as creating buttons and creating symbols. To start with, let us try to open the application Wonderware InTouch. To open the Wonderware InTouch, you may go to Start, All Programs, Wonderware, Wonderware InTouch, or just simply double-click on the icon at your desktop. Once you double-click, you will be going to what we call an InTouch Application Manager. In this application, you will see all the applications that you have made or all the HMI interface that you have made within that within a specific period, as well as some buttons that are useful in creating the Wonderware InTouch application. First off, we have the standard toolbar where you can see the File, View, Tools, and as well as Help. The next one are the standard icons such as New, Window Maker, Window Viewer, DB Load, DB Dump, Delete, Arrange, Load Properties, Find, and the Orchestra IDE. In our lesson for today, we will be more tackling on the creation of new applications by clicking on the new icon, opening the window maker to create the application for our Wonderware InTouch interface. And we could use also the window viewer to view our applications without opening the window maker. So let us start by creating our new application by clicking on the new icon. In the new icon, we have been given a dialog box that says create a new application. In this first dialog box, we have been given a wizard that says to put our applications in a specific directory. In this lesson, we will be using the default given application or the default directory that is given by Wonderware InTouch and set it as the default directory. You could see the default application or the default directory on Start, My Documents, and My InTouch applications. Once that you have select the set default directory, we click on Next. The next dialog box says here that we need to enter a directory where you want to put our application. Here, we will be creating a folder within the My InTouch applications where you put all the applications of a specific human machine interface. So in this sample, we will be using a directory, My First Application. Then click on Next. It says here that you must enter a name and description of the Wonderware InTouch application. By this, you would see the application on the application manager, which is the name that is being given here. So let us put our first application name to be My First HMI. You could put any description, but for now, I'll just be deleting it and click on Finish. So as you can see, in our application manager, our My First HMI was created. You can see the path where the My First HMI is located, the resolution or the size of the HMI in a particular computer screen, the version, the application topic, the application version, the date modified, and the description of the application. Now, to open our first HMI and create our HMI interface, we click on the application, then click on Window Maker. Now we will be proceeding in the Wonderware InTouch Window Maker. Here we will be creating our windows and interfaces in our application. We have been given a blank screen, a big blank screen, which serves as our workspace, as well as the toolbars that we will be using for this activity. In this activity, we will be knowing some toolbars that are useful in our creation of our application. First, we have the standard toolbar, we have the standard icons, the format, and the symbol toolbar, as well as the draw toolbar. You can see also some useful tools such as align and view icons or view toolbars, as well as the different views and scripts that we will be using so that we could make our HMI interface faster and cleaner. We see the classic view of the windows, scripts, and tools, as well as the windows and scripts in the project view. Now, as you can see, we have an empty screen here. To create our first window, we need to go to the new window icon. You can go also to the file, new window, or just simply clicking on the new window icon. The new window icon, as I click, we are asked or we are given a dialog box that says window properties. Here we will be creating our name of our window, our comment, the window color, window type, frame style, and dimensions, as well as if we need to have a title bar of our window, or we could actually change the size of our window. So for our first name, we could put this as main. We could put a comment, but for now I'll be leaving it as nothing. For the window type, we will be using replace. The replace window type means that every time this particular window is open, all other windows will be closed and be replaced by this particular window. If it will be overlaid, this type of window will make or will actually put our window at the top portion without closing any windows. Pop-up is mostly used when we are trying to declare any dialog boxes that is giving an alarm, a warning, or a notification. But for now, since this will be our main window, albeit this is replaced. The frame style will be single. We'll be having a title bar, but we will be unchecking the size control to make our windows fixed. For the dimensions, this would be the location of our window in a particular application, whether that would be located in the X and Y, as well as the size of our window. For this activity, we will be having our location for X and Y be equal to 0. The window width will be 640 and the window height will be 480. Again, the size of the windows is based on your preference, but if you want to put your windows on the full screen mode, you might check your resolution of your computer, whether the size of your computer or resolution of your computer will be declared on the screen properties. But for now, we will be leaving this as 640 by 480. We may change the window color, but for now, we could use the standard gray color. So we can click on OK. Now we proceed to the creation of our Wonderware touch interface. As you can see, if you are familiar with Visual Basic, it looks like a form in a particular Visual Basic application. Here, we could now create some graphics or interface that would be put in our main window, such as creating buttons. To create a new button, we click on the button icon on the draw toolbar, and once that we click, we drag it to our window, then release. As you can see, we have created our first button. In our button, it says here that your text here which is a default on the button. To change the text in a particular button, right-click on that button, then substitute strings. On the substitute strings, let us try to put on our new string, then click on OK. Now this symbolizes as an on push button. To create another button, we may use this one, or if we want to have the same size as this, we can right-click, then duplicate that button. And duplicating that button, we have now our off, or we have now our button that starts our off button. And we could substitute strings again to change the new string of our off button to be off. Now we have two buttons that symbolizes on and off application. Next, we will be creating our symbol for a valve. To create a valve symbol, we need to create an ellipse icon. We need to create an ellipse. To have an ellipse, we need to click on the ellipse icon shown on the toolbar. And again, the same as the button, we drag, then release. Now, we have our first shape for our symbol. Next, we need to create our rectangle. This stands at the stem of our valve. So we have our rectangle as shown at the rectangle as shown at the toolbar. Then drag and release. Drag the rectangle in the position where it is in the middle of the ellipse. Now, to make the ellipse in the front of the rectangle, we click on the ellipse and right click, then back and front, send to front. As you can see, the ellipse now is in front of the rectangle. The next thing that we need to create is the butterfly valve. And it's a form of two rectangles that are mirrored with each other. To create the triangle, we use the polygon icon. Click on the polygon icon, but instead of dragging, we will be clicking it. So by clicking it, it means that we will need to click on the first point, then the next point, another point, then on the last point when we try to finish our triangle, we double click on that particular point. Now we have created our first triangle. Now to create our second triangle and mirror it, again we use the duplicate option by right clicking on the triangle. Then once that we have our triangle, we right click again on our new triangle, then rotate and flip. This time we'll be flipping it horizontal. We have now our butterfly valve. Position the valve suitable for creating our valve symbol. We have now created our very first symbol. Now to complete the creation of this symbol, as you can see, the valve right now, when I try to click, is not a whole symbol yet. To put it as a whole symbol, you select all of the shapes by dragging everything. Then once it is selected, you right click on that particular item or the particular shapes, then go to Cell and Symbols, then Make Symbol. By this time, we have created now a symbol, but once that you click on a particular or any shape of the valve, it clicks as a whole unit. Lastly, we will be creating another button. So I'll be clicking on the button icon, then create the last icon for our activity. Now as you can see, it's still text. Now I'll be substituting the strings and create this one as on slash off. So we have now created our first HMI interface in Wonderware InTouch. If there are any questions, feel free to ask. But for now, we have finished our first HMI interface. But before we finish, don't forget to save all windows so that everything will be saved as soon as you close your InTouch window. Again, thank you and good day.